Hi Mahipal.
Hi Sindha, hi Gaurav.
Hi, Maipal. Good afternoon.
Very good afternoon. Okay.
Mahipal Rishi will join, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
wrong.
Rishi will. Yeah, Rishi will join. Let me check with him.
Yeah.
How long will take for him? I'll wait for a couple of minutes. If he is not able to join, I'll continue.
Okay, fine. Hi Rishi, good afternoon.
Hey, hi, good afternoon.
Hi, Rishi. Good afternoon.
Hey, hi, Gaurav.
Rishi and Mahipal, if you're comfortable, may I drop then?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
sure, Sindha. You can drop.
Alright, fine. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
All the best for
Hey,
us.
Yeah,
Bye.
thanks.
Yeah, so Gaurav, first
Uh,
of all, give your introduction, brief introduction.
yeah, sure. I'm Gaurav. I've been living in Ujjain and I've been working for EY for around 2 years. Okay. And I've been working in industry for 9 years and I have worked in Java for more than 6 years now. And previously, I have worked in .NET and 3D graphics design. And here I have been working in Java is Spring Boot, Hibernate, and uh, these things microservices LT. Yeah. And if I talk
Perfect.
about the recent projects, okay. So the recent projects I have worked on, two recents were there. One is the related one. One is the uh, smart data pool, and the other one is the smart data comparator. Okay, so the smart data pool is a Spring application. Okay, so it is getting the data from another application, which is Spring Boot application. So from that it gets the data, and so how it is doing is it will run every 5 minutes and get the data. It will be in JSON format, header and the body, and it will take the uh, those and get the files like CSV, Parquet, and other types. Then it will uh, convert those to JSONL and put it into the back into the database and some file system. Then the smart comparator will fetch those JSONL files and compare the expected and the actual one using the hash code, and will create the mismatch table, if any. Yeah.
Understood. So I was looking at your resume where you mentioned, like couple of project I see that this project, but other than that, kind of you mentioned use those API or hands on with this. I'm looking for the one where you majorly contributed. Like as you mentioned, you carry 9 years of experience. What is the major project that you drive by your own? Kind of from involvement in the design activities to the
Yeah.
end-to-end development till production.
Okay. So uh, so I this the smart data pool totally is done by me, and the smart comparator mostly I have contributed a lot. And previously, if we talk about uh, if, if I talk about this, if you are like I have also done this uh, all means from the scratch. I had created those projects, but those were not in Java. Okay, those were in .NET,
Okay.
where I had created and all the um, from the view to the database, and all these things was done by me only. And if we talk about Java, these are the things. And apart from that, I have also worked on the this there is a project called uh, the previous to the previous project was there. That was the insurance domain project, where we were working on the 401k uh, for the Transamerica. Yeah. So that one
Understood.
also I have had a lot of in the Spring Boot. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Rishi, you can continue. If I have question, I will be asking in between.
Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, Gaurav. So, so we can start with similar few basic concepts first, and then we can proceed
Yeah,
forward.
sure.
So, as you know that, oops, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So, where you have used oops in your project and what problem is solved? So, basically, question is that if you're not using oops at the time, what challenge you face, and by that oops, what that helps.
Got it. So, OOPS is like polymorphism is there, inheritance and abstraction, and um, this interface. Okay. Abstraction is interface, and polymorphism, encapsulation, abstraction, and inheritance. Okay. So, so these are all in our codes, right? So like if we were not using suppose if we talk about the polymorphism, if we are not using this uh, say overriding, okay, so we'll not be able to implement any abstract class. Okay, because we have to override all of the methods to implement to extend that. uh,
Uh, okay. So, can we override non-abstract class or non-abstract methods class
Non-abstract class. I'm in method.
methods?
Yeah. So yes. So we can override the methods which are non-static.
No, non-static, no, non-abstract.
Yeah.
As you said that if we are not using polymorphism, then we can't override the abstract methods, abstract class, right?
Abstract method. Yeah. If I missaid, I meant methods. Yeah. So
Yeah.
we'll have to
So
uh,
can we override non-abstract methods?
from yes.
How can?
We just define the method and annotate with override. It is optional, but it is good to write. And then this is how we'll override any method.
Okay, so in let's say if we are overriding some methods,
Mm-hmm.
so if I add one new parameter in method, will it? How can I add?
Yeah, so this is not a good practice to add parameters in working codes. Okay, so the best way would be to create another method and uh, call that. and like a wrapper kind of thing also we can do that. This doesn't break and we can have extra functionality also, like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say
Yeah.
in class A we
Mm-hmm.
have method some method
Okay.
int sum. In that
Okay. Int
we
sum.
have int I and int j in parameters,
Okay.
method parameters, right? It's giving us some sum of the I and j. And in next class
Okay.
we need to override this method.
Mm-hmm.
In that we need I, j, and k in parameter int I, int j, and int k. We need the sum of these three. So how we can override that?
If you
No.
want, you can open your notepad and just write it down the scenario. Share your screen,
Yeah.
open notepad and note it down the scenarios.
Yeah. Sure. So let me know once the screen is visible.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Sure. So so I got your point. Like there is some method, and it is having int I and int j. Okay, and we want to override with another uh, variable, like override. We want to override, right? And we want
Yes.
this int k also.
Yeah.
Right. So this is a totally different method. So we don't need to write override, and we can directly define this.
Okay. And in override, can we change return type?
Yeah, we can have covariant return type. Covariant return type is like uh, we can like if some base class we are saying so we can return the subclass of that in the overriding one.
Okay.
Can Can you give one of the example of covariant? Like when you say base class, child class, what will be the covariant return type example?
Okay, so suppose um, you are calling here with anything like sum is we don't want sum now. We'll have something like some object. Suppose we are showing list here. Okay. Suppose it's not sum and some arbitrary thing. Okay, and now we can here pass. We can call array list
Any
like
other
that.
example apart from that? Because let's say I don't have a collection object. I have my regular data types. Then you
Mm,
can think of any covariant type.
suppose you have uh, a car. Is this okay, or you want more domain specific?
I want to stick with some. I want to stick with some only. So
Okay,
let's say
okay,
two in that case only.
sum. So with two sums, you are obviously getting an int here. Okay, now you want me to say that if not int then what? Okay,
Covariant type. I mean to say, yeah. What will be the covariant of int then?
yeah. So int's covariant would be like
First of all,
will
question is whether int will have a covariant.
I think
Do you
int
think
is
this
a
int is
primitive
primitive?
type and it will not have covariant, uh, or if it is auto boxing is done. uh, I'm not sure about the int part. but
Can't you go by the number? Number may have child plus integer.
yeah.
Anyways, yep. Yeah, Rishi, continue.
And what about inheritance?
Okay, so you want me to say that if inheritance was not there, then how would it adversely affect us? Right. So in inheritance, like um we are like every library if we are creating, uh, so we use like we are standing on the uh, uh, shoulders of others who have done something. So we would not be able to do this because we'll have to everything do by our own and by scratch. So so with these libraries and all, which if I want to create a library, so obviously I would use some other things. So so inheritance uh, without inheritance it will not be uh, possible. But it would be possible, but inheritance made it so easy. uh,
Project, basically inheritance.
yeah, so inheritance, like there are um, um, if we are having this some class, and we want to acquire the functionality of that class, then we would inherit that. Okay, so so like uh, suppose this car class, and we want some specific car, like lamb Lamborghini. Okay, and so that we can extend it, like yeah, slam ext-
It's okay. And yeah. So, okay. So where you have used basically,
okay.
and why do you need to use that in your project?
Yeah, so yeah, so I have used this, like a recent project. If I talk about, I have created this file system, right? So there are multiple file system, like there are CSV, Parquet, and a fixed width, which is having its own custom extension. Okay, so so all these file types are there, and there is a file type is there. So what we have done is, like the the save and these things we have written in the um, file system only, and then we have extended this, so we don't need to write the redundant code again, otherwise there will be so much of redundant code. It will scattered along there. If you want to change, like if you are writing in some way, there was a scenario also that like previously when we are creating the JSON-L, we are just creating the JSON-L, but what happens, like in later time, we had to it was getting too large, like because we had 2 millions record in our uh, input, actual and expected one. So we had to compress it. So when we were compressing it, so if we had not used this thing, so we had to implement this in all of the file system classes, like we have to compress the Parquet, and we have to sorry, Parquet, yeah, from the Parquet
Okay.
also, and JSON and CSV, all these things in fixed width. Yeah.
Um, okay. So when to use interface and when to use abstract class?
Okay, so suppose we have this uh, and some of the time I feel like they can be used, but abstract class is like when we really have this thing, and we have some both are the example of abstraction, the interface and abstract class. But when we have some m- extra solid things like uh, as some functionality we have, and uh, some abstract class, some extra abstract functionality we have, okay, then we would use abstract class. And if we
Hey
and
Gaurav, sorry
Abstract
to interrupt.
functionality.
Yeah, Gaurav, sorry to interrupt, but
Yes,
yeah,
go
like
ahead.
this way may not help us, because we can't go by the something or some abstract functionality kind of round answers, right? So I'll suggest to be more precise. Or be like, if you're not aware, that's fine. We are not expecting you should know everything, but the thing is, like just be more precise. Like, we may not be able to relate with some things or some abstract functionality kind of thing. So that's why the point is key. Try to be more precise.
more specific, not abstract, okay. Yeah, so suppose we are creating this class called say you are creating this uh, the file system only, right? Then or like we are using this file system, right? So we have this some functionality in there. And if we were just using the output one, okay. So so there are different kinds of output can be there, like there is a JSON output, and we are in future planning to get other outputs, okay. So this is not very known, right, that which output will come next. So in this case we will use interface. And in the file system type, like we know that these are the things coming, and all will be the type of file system. So in this case we will use the abstract class. Is this better, my pal?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks.
So okay, let me ask another question on the same line. Sorry, Rishi, give me a few minutes. Huh? So my question is, which version of Java you are familiar with right now?
Java 8 I have
Okay. So in that case, if Java it provides default method, static method as well, right?
yeah.
So now what is the difference between abstract class and interface then? Because like as we know, abstract class may have concrete method, may have abstract method. Now interface is doing the same thing. I may have a concrete method, I may have abstract method.
Yeah. So the difference is like um, there are static and default is there, but the purpose is different. Like it is to it was introduced to not break the already implemented classes, right? So if suppose there is an interface we have implemented, and there is some functionality we want to add some, then if we add in the interface, then it will break all of the implementing classes. So
No, no, sorry. Again, my question is not that. My question is like what I'm trying to say. Let's forget about the previous implementation. What I'm trying to say now onwards, today you are going to design one class or one scenario. Now you have to choose abstract class, interface. Now, as you know, interface can provide a default method, static method, right? Abstract class can also provide the same thing. Now, what will be the factor that you go by abstract class versus interface? What will
okay.
be the factors that you consider while making a decision?
Okay, so if I'll make an abstract class where the things are more known, and where because we have only one choice for abstract class, and we can implement multiple interfaces also, right? So what is the most relevant to the of the children's? I'll use that as an abstract class. And uh, which are like additions, or these things, then I would use the interface.
No, it's not what we will use. I'm more towards what are the factors that will derive this situation. It's like, how can I justify more relevant to the children or not? What are the criteria, or what are the
Okay.
factors that will say, okay, this is more relevant to children, here I will have to go with abstract class.
Okay. So, uh, sorry, I am not to answer that matter.
Okay. Okay. So let's move to the next point around this only.
Hmm.
It's like as you mentioned, method overloading, overriding. We keep your screen share. I'll give you a couple of scenarios.
Okay.
Let's just see, like, how we are doing there.
Yeah.
Share your screen.
Screen is shared.
I
Yeah,
don't think
I'll
so.
share the note. Right?
Okay, Notepad, yeah. Now let's say you have class A.
Okay.
Okay. Class A has some method A.
Okay. Class A
That
some.
method is like, method is, let's say, integer method A. No,
Okay.
no, write the integer method A. No?
Okay.
Method A. That's fine. It is expecting couple of parameters.
Okay.
Integer A, integer B.
Integer or
Yes. In the same way, what
yeah.
you are doing is right. B. Now you have another class.
Okay.
Class B that extends class A. Okay. And it has a public primitive integer. What will be this type? Like, whether it will compile, not compile, any exception, uh, compile, then what kind of concept it will be? Overloading, overriding,
Okay.
what it will be?
So it will be called overriding. Okay, but is the is these are the uh, same means we cannot rely only on the return type. If the return type is only changed, then it will not be considered as over uh, riding. Okay,
So what you are
so
saying, it will be overriding or not overriding?
not overriding. It will be method hiding.
Okay. Method hiding in case of non-static method. Sure.
No, no, no. This will not be overriding.
Will it compile?
Okay, this is integer. Yeah, this will compile.
Sure. Your class S method is default method. You are changing the visibility in class B.
Okay, this is default, and we cannot make it public, right? Yeah. So this will not work because
Okay.
we cannot
Okay.
make this public. We can narrow it and not widen it.
Okay. Now tell me this. If let's say it's integer A only, class B's method is similar to class A's method. Now my class A is throwing uh, my class A is throwing IO exception. Class A's method is throwing IO exception. And class B is throwing number format exception.
Yeah, this will work
Now what will happen? Why it will work?
because number format exception is the child of IO exception.
Are you sure?
I IO
Let's say
exception.
it's a null pointer exception.
Okay, no, this will not work. Because
Okay.
it has to be some child like SQL exception or something related to the input output. I think that
I'll suggest to run this in your local environment. You will be surprised because it's a runtime exception, correct? Your method can throw runtime exception. It doesn't have that dependency.
uh, yeah, so null pointer exception is yeah. So yes, this will run. Yeah, null pointer exception is the uh, not the of the type of IO exception. Yeah, means this is runtime exception. This is compile
Okay.
time
Let's say you
exception.
have another driver class which has a method main method.
Okay.
Okay. So now what you are doing? Just 1 second. Okay. Now the main method is there, which is instantiating class A.
Okay.
Inside main method, you are inside creating instance of class A
Yeah.
and with reference of class B.
Okay. New A. We want to put B here.
Okay. Are you sure? Like you are familiar with Java syntax, right? Will it allow to create this way instance?
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want a class A's instance with class B's reference. How you
Yeah.
can create that?
Okay. So you have the okay reference. You want the object of class A and B. You want this one.
I'm repeating again. Class A's object with class B's reference.
Yeah. You want to you want to create a class A with the
Okay.
object B's reference. Okay. And you want to put B here.
Okay. So let me know once you are done. I have a few questions now.
Okay. Mm, so so when you have this object of A with which is created with the B, suppose there is a constructor which takes the uh, okay uh, B B cannot B is the child one and it can
That's fine, Gaurav. Okay. I think I'm done from my side. Rish, if you have anything.
Yes, Maple, I am also done from my side.
Yep. Yeah, Gaurav, if you have any question, anything for us?
No, I think no as of now.
Okay. Uh, that's all then. Thank you so
Okay.
much, Gaurav. Thanks for your
Thanks.
time.
Thanks. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Gaurav.
Thanks.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.